I caught my cheating wife when she bragged about her new man on a burner account. My name is Nathan, and until 6 months ago, I thought I had the perfect marriage. My wife, Sarah, and I had been together for 8 years, married for 5. We met in college, fell in love over late-night study sessions, and built a life together that seemed straight out of a rom-com. We had a cozy house in the suburbs, a golden retriever named Max, and plans for a family. Sarah was my rock-smart, funny, and always the life of the party. Everyone loved her, and I felt like the luckiest guy alive. But cracks started to show, subtle at first. Sarah began working late at her marketing job, claiming tight deadlines and demanding clients. Her phone was suddenly password protected, which was new. She'd always been an open book. She'd get jumpy when I borrowed her phone to check the weather or order takeout. I brushed it off as stress. Work was tough, I told myself. She'd been promoted recently, and the pressure was probably getting to her. I didn't want to be the paranoid husband who overanalyzes every little change. It all started unraveling one rainy Tuesday night. Sarah was in the shower, and her phone, left on the kitchen counter, lit up with a notification. I wasn't snooping, honest to God. I was just grabbing a glass of water, but the notification caught my eye. It wasn't from her usual apps, no text from her best friend Jenna or a work email. It was from an app I didn't recognize, something called ConnectSphere, with a message preview that read, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow, babe." My stomach dropped. I stood there, frozen, the glass half filled with water. Baby, who the hell was calling my wife babe? I didn't touch her phone. Something in me didn't want to cross that line yet, but the seed of doubt was planted. When Sarah came downstairs, towel drying her hair, she grabbed her phone and tucked it into her pocket without a word. I asked her casually if everything was okay at work, and she gave me a bright smile, saying, "Just the usual chaos," but her eyes didn't meet mine. I couldn't sleep that night. The word babe echoed in my head like a bad song stuck on repeat. By 2 a.m. I was on my laptop, Googling ConnectSphere. It was a social media platform, less mainstream than Instagram or X, marketed as a private community for professionals to network. It sounded innocent enough, but the notification kept gnawing at me. I created an account under a fake name, Jake Thompson, a generic marketing consultant, and started poking around. Finding Sarah's profile wasn't hard. She used her maiden name, Sarah Mitchell, which I thought was odd but not incriminating. Her profile was professional. Headshots, posts about marketing trends, and a few photos from industry events. Nothing suspicious. I almost gave up, feeling like a creep for doubting her, but then I noticed a related account's suggestion, a profile called Starlight Vibes 22. The profile picture was a generic sunset, no face. But the bio mentioned living for adventure and late-night talks. It felt like Sarah, her love for sunsets and deep conversations, was something she'd mentioned on our first date. I clicked through Starlight Vibes 22's posts. Most were locked, visible only to followers. But one public post stood out. A photo of a cocktail glass with the caption, "To new beginnings and secret smiles, #living my best life." Double quotes. The date matched a night Sarah told me she was at a work dinner. The location tag was a trendy bar downtown, not the conference room she described. My heart raced. I sent a follow request, hoping to see more. The next morning, Starlight Vibes 22 accepted my follow request. I waited until Sarah left for work before diving into the account. What I found made my blood run cold. The posts were a diary of betrayal, photos of her at restaurants I'd never been to, wearing dresses I'd never seen. One post showed her hand holding a man's with a caption, "When he makes you feel alive again." Another was a blurry selfie of her laughing in a car. A man's arm visible in the frame, captioned, "Late night drives with my favorite person, #no regrets." But the worst was a post from 2 days ago. "He's everything I didn't know I needed. Sorry, old life, I'm trading up #new man new me." The hashtags made me want to throw up. She was bragging about cheating, hiding in plain sight on a burner account she thought no one would find. I cross-checked the dates. Every late work night or girls' night out lined up with her posts. She'd been living a double life for months. I didn't confront her right away. I needed proof, something undeniable. I took screenshots of every post, saved them to a folder on my laptop, and spent the next few days playing detective. I noticed she'd been texting more, always angling her phone away from me. One night, I borrowed her laptop for work and found she'd left ConnectSphere logged in under Starlight Vibes 22, rookie mistake. I scrolled through her private messages. They were with a guy named Chris, full of flirty banter and plans to meet. One message read, "Nathan's clueless. He thinks I'm at yoga tomorrow, but I'll be with you, Chris." The name didn't ring a bell. I searched her work's public directory and found a Christopher Hayes, a senior account manager. His LinkedIn photo matched the blurry arm in Sarah's post, same watch, same sleeve tattoo. My wife was cheating with a co-worker. I planned the confrontation carefully. I waited until Friday night when Sarah said she was meeting Jenna for drinks. I knew she'd be with Chris. I printed the screenshots, laid them out on the dining table, and waited. When she walked in at 11 p.m., smelling of perfume and wine, she froze at the sight of the papers. "Nathan, what's this?" she asked, her voice shaky. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just pointed to the screenshots. Starlight Vibes 22. Sound familiar? Her face went white. She stammered, trying to deny it, but the evidence was overwhelming. She crumbled, admitting she'd been seeing Christopher for months. She said she felt trapped in our marriage, that she needed excitement. She swore it was a mistake, that she still loved me. But her words felt hollow, like lines from a script she didn't believe. I moved out the next day, crashing with my brother while I figured out my next steps. Sarah begged me to stay, to go to counseling, but I couldn't unsee those posts. The woman who bragged about her new man wasn't the Sarah I married. I filed for divorce a month later. The process was messy. She fought me on everything, from the house to Max's custody, but I stood my ground. I kept tabs on Starlight Vibes 22 for a while. Sarah stopped posting after our confrontation, and the account went silent. Last I heard, she and Chris were still together, but I don't care enough to dig deeper. I'm rebuilding my life, focusing on my career and friends who stood by me. Max is with me, and his wagging tail gets me through the tough days. Looking back, I missed the signs because I wanted to believe in a perfect life. But trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. I don't regret digging into that burner account. It gave me the truth, ugly as it was. If I could tell anyone in my shoes one thing, it's this: trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. And if your spouse has a secret account bragging about their new man, don't wait for them to come clean. Get the proof, face the truth, and move on. You deserve better.